Hey everybody, if you haven't been to our channel yet, I am Greg with Drifter Journey, and thank you for watching. Today we're going to do a one-take video with a special guest to talk about van-friendly travel destinations. So, I'm going to be the weird voice off the screen today because we have a friend with us. We're going to try and do a one-taker here, just get you that info, and cruise on through this one. So yeah, we have Frenchie in a van with us.
Hi guys, I'm Anouk, Frenchie in a van.
And
Hi.
wifey,
Hey guys.
Jess. So I'm gonna let them start this off and get some stuff out of the way here, and then we can go for it. What do you got?
Well, Anouk, if you want to give a little intro, you've been in your van for 3 years.
Almost
too,
3 years,
right?
yeah. It'll be 3 years in July.
And we just hit our 3-year anniversary, so about the same time frame. And you've been traveling solo the whole time.
The whole time, yeah. And the very first time when I started, I was completely by myself. Didn't have any van friends, didn't know anybody. And I was a little nervous about it, but it's actually fun and it's not so hard and not so scary.
Yeah.
And you meet people along the way, which makes your van experience even better, I think.
True.
So yeah, and you have it. There's a solo female vanlifer in the group here.
They still exist.
So I thought it'd be cool to talk about like what we look for in a destination first, and then we can talk about like the apps and resources we use to find those places, and then we'll give you guys some examples of what they are. So
Some of the best spots
what are
at
your
the end. Gotta tell them they're at the end.
Yeah,
The best
they're at
spots
the
are
end.
at
Best
the
spots.
end.
Always.
So Anouk, what are some of your priorities when you're like trying to find a place to go and hang out for a little bit?
Priorities. I like the outdoors, so I want places where I can go on hikes, mountain biking, maybe near water. It's always nice to have, you know, some sort of water either to jump in or water source. So really for me, it's always based on outdoor activities and easy access to town when possible. I like to not be too far from a town. Sometimes I like dispersed camping in the middle of nowhere. It's fun too, but I like accessibility.
Yeah, and I'd say it's the same for us. Like we're looking for hiking, climbing, mountain biking, fishing. So we're kind of always on the radar for like what towns are nearby, what amenities they have. And obviously we're going off of a lot of word of mouth for this stuff, for places we've heard that are cool, and then we start looking into what outdoor activities are nearby. The water is a big one, especially for vans, because we typically don't carry a lot of water with us. So to be able to have the ability to not only cool off, but shower, and like take a little river dip or a lake dip, and
better.
then have a water source if we have to like purify water. So that's good. Did you have anything that we missed as far as what we're looking for in a spot?
No, I was just thinking, is my face even making it in yet?
Yeah, come on in.
I'll just be a voice over here. But I was thinking, dream location, no people,
Yeah.
middle of nowhere, probably on a lake or a stream, with good cell service.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
And maybe a hot spring.
Within,
Yeah, why would it
Honestly,
even say
we're
that?
trying dream
also
location.
within this middle of nowhere place is within 20 minutes of
a town.
the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly, and that's perfect.
So there you have it, folks. That's all we're looking for. We're not asking that much. Okay, so what do you typically use to like kind of search out if that's a place you want to go?
So different apps, but also usually I look where I want to go and then I look on the map. And I like to put on Google, you can put the actual like topographic map and you can see a little bit better. So then I can start looking at that and see if there's option for spots. Word of mouth, Instagram, sometimes it's nice when you have friends, you can just ask them, hey, I'm in this place. Do you have any recommendation for a good spot? And my favorite is Eye of a Lender. I think it's a really great app that we can use and you don't need internet. Sometimes you can just see the different location. And usually it's useful with all the reviews and all of that. So I like that app.
You heard it there, folks. Make sure to follow Frenchie in a van and message her if you need any location.
Any coordinates.
She might be able to help you out.
All in the west of the U.S. I haven't been on the East Coast too much, so.
There you go.
So did you say the apps you use, or did you just
I use,
Eye
Eye of a Lender, I think typically is what I will use the most.
So two other ones that I'm thinking of right now.
Here you are.
There I am. Close the door real quick. Get some color right here for you. There. See, now I look normal-ish.
It's normal.
Here we go.
Harvest Hosts. Look down below. We got a link. Get you a discount. But Harvest Host is a membership program that gives you different places you can camp at. So some of those include wineries. We've been to a pepper farm.
A pepper farm.
It's a
Yeah.
pepper. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they grow peppers for
Nice.
mostly for themselves, like hot peppers. But they had baby goats when we were there. We got to hang out while they were milking the goats. They make goat cheese. What else does Harvest Host have? Breweries,
breweries,
wineries, yeah,
museums.
farms, museums.
Yeah.
Fun.
So we don't know yet because we haven't done the East Coast either, but I do think that it's going to be clutch on the East Coast because it's a lot harder to find free camping on the East Coast. So
True.
I think Harvest Host is going to be amazing for that one. And, we've used it down in Baja, Mexico. Went to a couple wineries there. Really cool. They do ask that when you do stay at the property that you buy some of the product that they have there. So I do say when we stay at Harvest Host, we'll probably spend $15 to $30 a night, but you get a product out of it rather than paying for a campground. So you get a product and a cool experience at the same time.
Nice.
And then the other app, it is Seekr, S-E-K-R, I believe.
Mhm.
Used to be the Vanlife app, and that app, similar to iOverlander, same idea. It has some cooler features, so they're newer. It's still growing, but basically you can go in and put a location. I could pin where I am right now and say, all right, I have 3 bars of Verizon LTE. So then that gets into the post. iOverlander doesn't always have that. People write it in occasionally, but this is like you click it. So when the location gets saved, ideally whoever's putting a location in, and if you do, put all the information in to make it a better resource. Yeah, you got some spots there. And on those apps, same with iOverlander, it has, I don't know if we said it, but locations to get water, laundry, free camping, paid camping, shopping. There's all
Everything.
kinds of stuff.
Propane, tourist attractions,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. So it's really helpful.
And then one thing that the Seekr app has that iOverlander doesn't is connections nearby. So we can go on it, and currently I've looked at it. It'll tell me that Frenchie is
I'm
within
here.
5 miles of me, along with I think there were about 6 others. So if you're looking for people to meet up with, that's an option that you can send them messages, see if they want to go hang out or do whatever. You can write all your info in your bio of like what you're looking for. So I don't know how that, I don't know if we'll use that feature as much for us because we're just kind of on the move a lot. But we did have someone just message us the other day to meet at a brewery. We were already gone from the brewery, so it didn't work. But
It's a cool
think it-
feature.
yeah.
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 and also on there you can add meetups. So for instance, we could say a month from now we're gonna have a meetup in Idaho, put the location, and people will show up.
And that's kind of
hopefully,
fun.
if you're cool enough.
If you're cool enough.
I don't know if anybody come
Only
for
for
us.
the cool kids.
So that's my app talk.
There's
So-
another. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say there's another app that I used when I very first started van life because I was a little afraid of parking in the streets and things like that, and I was in a big city, and it's called VanAlert, and it's a little bit
yeah.
like a. What is it called? Like a couch surfing, but for vans. So people let you use their driveway or their backyard, and
Yeah.
it's pretty fun. Like I met some really cool people, and sometimes they let you use their Wi-Fi, laundry, shower, you name it, and it's
Yeah, that's
kind of a good resource if you're in big cities and you don't really want to be
Right.
boondocking or stealth
Stealth
camping.
in like some sketchy industrial
Mhm.
area.
Yeah, and it was great. I was in Salt Lake City, had no idea where to go, didn't know what to do, and
Yeah.
it turned out to be a really good resource for me.
Yeah, good
I
call.
turned off the notifications because that one's the one telling me their car's always getting stolen.
That's right.
Portland.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Don't Portland and Seattle seem to be
Seattle,
hot spots for
San
Westphalia to get
Francisco
stolen.
as well is
Yeah.
pretty bad.
So maybe
yeah.
stay away from those zones unless you're getting wild or you
Yeah.
don't care about your rig.
Never know.
So a few other apps that we don't personally use, but we know are resources for people are going to be OnXOffroad. That one's going to show you public land parcel data. So if you're just out and about exploring and you're trying to find a place to camp on and you don't know if it's public land or private land, you'll have to download the map area before you leave service. Otherwise, you won't be able to call that information, but it'll tell you if it's privately owned or public land. Campediem, haven't used it, but we've heard it's good from RVers. RoadTrippers, this one's more to help you plan a road trip around like attractions and things to do. There was another one, Nomads Near Me is another one that's like helping nomads meet up with other nomads. Haven't used that one either, but that one seems to be more popular in the RV community. So yeah, there's a lot of options out there. Explore the apps, kind of play around with them and see which one works best for you. I think from our perspective, iOverlander definitely has like the biggest database, but the other ones are growing as more people add to them. So
yeah. So I think the number one thing that we look for, and probably you, when finding a place to camp is safety.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
A couple quick safety tips. I generally like to point the van in a direction that if I need to leave quickly, I can. If we are going to be stealth camping on streets, I try to make sure that it's not a busy street or in like a curve where maybe a drunk driver wouldn't make the curve and would smash right into you or rear end you. Because obviously you don't want to get hit, so we try to pick locations that aren't busy or aren't going to have a lot of traffic coming right at you. Maybe you're protected by other vehicles, something like that. And then, yeah, just not in somewhere super sketchy.
And somewhere leveled.
Level.
Believe it or not, it's very important.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that covers a lot of those pointers. So now we
Talk
can
about our
share
favorite spots.
a couple favorite van friendly locations.
You want to go first?
Well, I'm going to throw, also, let's preface this with, don't go to these locations and just stay there for months, because when that happens, these places are getting shut down. So, for instance, which one's the spot in San Diego that got shut down and then it's open and then it's shut down? And
Mission Beach?
It's in Mission Beach.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's currently open, but
it might not stay open.
I'm pretty sure we've personally known people that have stayed there for 3 months straight, not really left, and it got shut down. Friends that do that we know, I'm sorry, but don't do it.
And pack up your trash.
And pack up and other people's trash. So yes, if you do use these locations, be respectful of the people that live around there, and don't overstay your welcome, things of that nature. So with that said, first one that we haven't actually done, maybe you have, Boulder, Colorado.
I love Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, it's really nice.
Everybody's posting about it on Facebook right now, and there's 5 vans in the same parking lot this morning.
Van friendly, weather's great, lots of outdoors activities, and it's a cool city. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it.
Another hot spot, if you want to find van people, is our current location.
Yep.
Bend, Oregon. Some of the camping here has been shut down this year, though, because it has been abused. So if you do come through, come hang out, participate in the town activities, spend some money, hang out for a week or two, and then meander on. Or at least go up into the mountains for a little bit and then come back down.
It's nice to change
spots.
Yeah.
What do you got? I'm saving my special one for last.
Ooh, okay.
Sedona, Arizona is a great spot. It's got some really easy to access BLM camping that's just outside of town, so you don't feel like you're right next to town, but it has great views. It's obviously pretty hot in the summer, but I'd say it's great, 9 months out of the year. And then of course Sedona is just an amazing town. There's a lot to do there, tons of hiking and mountain biking, and it's a cool little touristy spot. So I'd say that's a pretty good, and there's like a river nearby as well.
Sedona, you haven't gone yet?
No, I have not yet. Yeah.
Sedona, the camping she's talking about, we also just heard that they're having a poop problem there.
Oopsie.
It is getting way overused, so be mindful there too before it gets shut down.
That's not great.
I mean, you're seeing the theme here. Good spots, people go, then they can get shut down.
It's just hard when a place gets a little overloved, and we've seen it in a lot of places. Oregon State Forest actually got shut down all summer last summer because of this as well. So
yeah, a lot of it.
That's not great.
Do you have another spot you want to share?
One of my favorite place in the winter is Joshua Tree. I really like it.
Yeah.
The weather's great. Sometimes it snows a little bit, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's a great place for hiking, climbing. If you're a climber, it's like certainly a really, really good spot. The town is really nice. They have a really good pizza place if you like pizza. And it's just a nice change in the winter to be in the desert a little bit. I like it.
And you're not staying in the national park, I would assume.
No, I don't. There's a few BLM. I usually stay at the BLM North, which is really close to town and really close to the park. There was an amazing spot that got shut down because too many people were there. And it was right before the park, and it looked just in the park. And it was free. But now it's closed.
down.
Yeah.
So,
It's a theme there.
Do you have another spot you want to share?
Are we? Is this the last one?
Not necessarily.
Well, I mean, I think we probably are starting to lose some people, unless they're really into these secret
The
spots.
secret spot. They're not so
Just share your
secret. There's
spot.
some secret. But...
So, this one, I don't know if I'd say it's secret. It's just kind of out of the way. I'm going to hit a twofer, because if you're going to be up at one, you should go to the other. So, Upper Peninsula, Michigan, in the fall. Beautiful. Trees are changing. Copper Harbor. This is probably more mountain bike destination.
Yeah.
So if you're a mountain biker, Copper Harbor has some really cool older trails. What was that one? The cool one?
I don't
Red
remember the names.
Red Hill or something? Red. Anyways, just go to the hard one. It's fun. And that was where they had the shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a shuttle service that you can pay, and you just end up in downtown, which is really small.
Nice.
You put your bike on the back of a trailer, and they drive you up to the top. So it's mostly downhill if you do that. And then also Marquette, Michigan, which is just around the way a little bit, has some really good trail systems there. People are super friendly. Beers are really cheap. We were at the brewery. I think we were paying $3 a beer there for a pint.
Yeah.
And the camping is pretty easy. Be mindful when was it? Where was that one we slept in the park? Was that Copper
I don't
Harbor?
remember.
I think it's Copper Harbor. Anyways, we were drinking a beer and having dinner at a little hole-in-the-wall pub, and we asked, like, hey, this city park across the street doesn't have any signs. Are we able to stay there? And the lady literally said, do whatever you want. The sheriff's like an hour away, and he ain't going to come out to kick you out for sleeping in a park. So, same thing. We did it for a night and then moved on. I would assume if you set up shop that they would get the sheriff out there at some point. But
Yeah.
That's nice.
it's a pretty sweet
imagine.
area. And they call the section of Lake Superior there.
Yeah.
It's like the Mediterranean of the Midwest or something.
That
I don't know.
sounds
It's
nice.
really pretty. What was that place
should
called?
go there.
Pictured Rocks.
Pictured Rocks National Park is up there, and it is beautiful.
National
Nice.
Seashore. Something. It's something national.
National something.
Yeah. And you can pick apples out of trees.
I like that.
I did
I
that.
should make it to Michigan one day.
You should.
I have one state that I think is really van friendly, and I think you guys would agree, is Idaho.
Yeah.
I think Idaho is great. There's a lot of free campsites that are actually campsites. And
Blowing up the spot, Frenchie.
I'm not giving spot, I'm just saying Idaho in general.
All of Idaho. There's like 150 plus hot springs.
Millions of acres of public land, and
Tons of public
there
land.
seems to be a lot of roads, so it's easily accessible, which is nice.
Yeah, well, depending on your vehicle. There are so many, even dirt bike trails that go over the mountains from like one town to the other that obviously we haven't done. But yes, endless. One thing to note there, I feel like self-service, if you're
Not
out,
great.
is pretty bad. So we
Yeah.
don't get a lot of self-service there.
Yeah.
If you need to work or something like that. But if
Good for
not,
adventure.
yeah, good mountain biking, hot springs, hiking. Not a lot of people yet. California's starting to move there, so we could be in trouble soon.
Hopefully not.
Is that it? Do we have
Wrap it
more?
up. No, I think that's it.
All right, folks. So Frenchie in a van. We'll put her info below. We'll put some of the apps down below. We'll put the Harvest Host down there. And we appreciate you guys.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. And if you have any cool fan-friendly spots
Put your
that you want to
spots.
share, let us know in the comments.
Because we want to hear them and we want to respond.
That was like a perfect ending, and then you...
No, but we're
And it's one
we're
take,
15
so.
seconds short of 20 minutes, and that might get us to a new specialty location. So I'm going to go ahead and point here. If you want to subscribe to us, you can do that. And then I'm going to point over here so you can click on another video. Have a nice day.
Bye.